The story of Buckingham Palace, a monumental symbol of power, history and tradition, has long captivated the world. Its towering presence in the heart of London, with its opulent halls, grand dining rooms and iconic balcony, has been home to British monarchs for centuries. But recently, Buckingham Palace has become the focal point of a scandal that has shaken the very foundation of the monarchy. An FBI investigation into the palace has uncovered something so startling, so shocking, that it has sent ripples through the highest circles of power. What did the FBI find? And why was it specifically linked to Queen Camilla's private quarters? The revelations that have come to light have the potential to change everything the public thought they knew about the royal family. First, let's explore the significance of Buckingham Palace itself. The building's history dates back over 300 years, starting as a modest house and eventually becoming the iconic palace that we recognize today. Originally built in 1703 as Buckingham House by the Duke of Buckingham, the estate was eventually acquired by King George III in 1761 for his wife Queen Charlotte. The building was expanded and renovated over time, eventually becoming the official residence of British monarchs. Today, Buckingham Palace stands as a grand architectural marvel, with 775 rooms and sprawling gardens. It's an imposing structure, a testament to the power and prestige of the monarchy. Over the years, the palace has served as a backdrop to countless important moments in history. From royal births to state banquets, it has been the place where key decisions were made, where kings and queens met with global leaders, and where major national events were held. Visitors flock from all over the world to witness the changing of the guard and to admire the palace's stunning gardens. Yet beneath this regal exterior lies a more complex reality, one that the public rarely sees. While Buckingham Palace might be a symbol of splendor, it is also a place where royal traditions govern every aspect of life. The royal family's every move is scrutinized by the public, from the clothes they wear to the speeches they give. Behind the palace walls, they struggle with the burden of their roles, constantly in the spotlight. Royals are expected to be perfect, to represent the crown and uphold centuries-old traditions. But behind closed doors, life is far more complicated. Now let's shift our focus to the more recent events. For decades, the royal family has survived various scandals, crises and controversies. The tragic death of Princess Diana, Prince Andrew's association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, and various other internal squabbles have all been met with the palace's usual response: carefully crafted statements, public relations, efforts and a quiet return to business as usual. But this time something was different. The FBI had stepped in. At first it seemed like routine scrutiny, an intelligence exchange between allied nations perhaps, or an investigation into potential security threats. But as the investigation deepened, the world began to realize that this was no ordinary inquiry. The FBI was looking into something hidden deep within the palace's walls, something linked directly to Queen Camilla. The palace, which had always maintained a firm grip on its narrative, suddenly found itself fighting to control the story. Why was the FBI so interested in Camilla's private quarters? What had they uncovered that was so dangerous, so explosive? The whispers began to spread. Some speculated financial misconduct, while others hinted at cover-ups that stretched back decades. There were even murmurs of darker secrets, ones that had been buried for generations. The truth, it seemed, was much more complicated than anyone could have imagined. Queen Camilla had always lived in the shadows. For years, she had been the woman in the background, the secret lover of Prince Charles. She was never meant to be queen. The monarchy had carefully orchestrated her introduction into public life, but even then, she was not embraced by the people. After Diana's death, Camilla remained a controversial figure, seen by many as the person who had ruined the fairy tale of Charles and Diana. Her reputation had been tarnished, and even within the palace, she was often viewed as an outsider. But over time, things began to change. The monarchy had slowly reintroduced her into the public eye. First as Charles's companion, then as his wife, and finally as queen. Yet, despite her official status, many still viewed her with skepticism. There was always something enigmatic about Camilla. Whispers inside the palace suggested she held certain objects, relics, and personal belongings that could change the course of royal history. Some speculated that these items were linked to Charles, while others believed they had even darker connections, possibly tied to intelligence operations or royal scandals,